Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Any sort of worship, in my opinion, is subpar. You will look to someone who is worshiping something as if you worship a tree, if you worship a God in the sky that's invisible, and the God that would tell you if you were to ever see me, you could not exist. You know, if you worship celebrities, if you worship the Pope, if you worship monarchy, any sort of worship is bad. And even within your biblical script, there was someone sent to tell you, do not bow down to anyone, do not worship anything. So even within the worshiping part of it, there are people that tell you that you should not worship. And they say they come from a different place, not earth. They came to the earth from a place that you may never know, heaven, wherever. And they tell you, do not worship, do not bow down. But people on this earth, they like to worship. So for them to move from worshiping an invisible person in the sky to a celebrity, that's not far-fetched. That is like a lateral move. And in fact, it went downhill. Not really lateral, but it was a slide, like a fall. So to say or to focus on celebrities, why stay there? Why focus on that? People worship all kinds of things. People worship money. People worship their kids. People worship the pastor. People worship their clothing, their car, their homes. Worshiping is something that they like to do in hell. It's something that people like to do here. They like to worship. So when science gets in on this whole thing of worshiping and say, oh, it seems as though people who worship celebrities have a lower IQ, or they are like their lower cognitive abilities, it comes to the surface. Why stop there? Any sort of worship is bad. Any sort of worship shows that the person is brainwashed. Any sort of worship shows that the person does not know themselves. So they look out of themselves to find someone who they find is bigger and better than them, so that they can worship them. And what they do is it's like a vampire. It's like the spirit of a vampire. They're hoping that one day they can get to be like that person, or maybe if they like that person enough, that person will send some money their way. They can, put it out there that they're poor or they're needy, and I really like you. I'm a follower. I'm a fan. Could you send me some money? It's a thing that people who are subpar do. It's noted. It's known. It's obvious. It's apparent. It's everything. It's everything. This is hell. Earth is a sort of hell, and that is what you do when you live in hell. People like to worship. This is Sherry Veronica.